What's going on, everybody? HondaPro Jason here at Honda's Halo Wind Tunnel facility in East Liberty, Ohio. And it is insane, would be an understatement. I'm going to show you guys things that are going to completely blow your mind. This facility started building in 2017, $124 million to build the facility. And you're probably wondering why I have a full harness on. I'll explain that in just a couple minutes. So follow me and let's have some fun. Now we're in the control room and I have Mike here, the Halo lead, to explain what exactly happens in the control room. Mike?
Here in the control room, it's the nerve center of the wind tunnel. This is where we can control all the acoustic and aero systems. We can control how fast the wind blows, we can control how fast the road rolls, and we can control the aeroacoustic systems.
So there are two different main systems. You have one for aero and one for acoustics.
That's correct. We have two major modes here, aerodynamics. In aerodynamics, we have two modules we can use, two moving ground plane systems, one wide belt system, which is used for high performance cars that sit low to the ground. We also have the 5-belt system that is mainly for passenger cars and SUVs.
And those can be switched out?
Those can be switched out. It takes a significant amount of effort to do it, about 4 hours, but we can do it through the crane and systems we have here at the tunnel.
Can we see those systems later?
Yes,
yes,
of course.
Awesome. Okay, well let's I think first what we should do, because this is a lot. Like when I got here, I was not expecting this place to be so large and so intricate. So it was a little confusing on how everything was laid out. So let's show them a quick map of how the wind blows through the fan in the tunnel, because it's a major operation on where the wind goes. Let's walk them through that area, and then we'll finish at the wind tunnel itself, and then how to swap everything out.
Sure.
Before we walk through the tunnel, we have to make sure that the tunnel operator clears everything. Jimmy, are we clear?
We're all clear.
We're all clear, which means now we can actually open the door. If he doesn't give the all clear, these doors won't open. And speaking of doors, check this door out. This is one of many doors. Look just at the sheer size of this thing. It is massive. Now let's come inside the wind tunnel. We're kind of starting at the end, right? Where the wind actually exits.
Yep. This is the nozzle in its largest configuration. It's 25 square meters in size. At this opening, we can have wind at 250 kph. We can also make the nozzle smaller and contract it, and then the wind speed can go up as high as 310 kph.
So the fan itself that we're going to see in a little bit doesn't spin any faster or slower.
No.
Just the angle of this will increase the speed.
Yes, between 250 and 310.
Okay.
The only difference is the nozzle size, correct.
That is incredible. And again, this is the end. This is the end of the tunnel. So we're going to walk you through where the air starts, where it goes through different chambers and it gets to the motor and the fan and blows through, which is, trust me, you're not going to want to miss this. This is really, really incredible. So what we're standing on now, this whole area spins 180 degrees. Is that correct?
It's a turntable.
The whole platform.
The whole platform. We can yaw the car 180 degrees. So we can do airflow at any yaw angle you want, as well as blowing it over backwards the car if necessary. The turntable was designed in such a way so we can easily load and unload cars quickly out of the test cell and switch modes.
If you guys want to come closer, perfect. This is just a platform that right now is covering up one of the two belt systems. And the reason for that is we're just testing the acoustics. And when you test the acoustics, you don't put the car in the belt. So we're just testing the acoustics. If these panels were off, and it takes approximately how long to remove all the panels?
About 15 minutes.
About 15 minutes to remove all the panels. There can be one of two belt drives, and there's the wide drive, again, for race cars or wider, lower vehicles, and then the 5-belt drive for passenger cars or passenger trucks. And what's interesting is the belts are actually moving, so the car is standing still as the belts are turning the wheels. What's also interesting is when the car comes in here, to reduce any other drag or noise, the brake pads and the drive shaft are both taken out of the vehicle so it can spin freely on these platforms. This probe here has different attachments to measure velocity, wake, and it actually gets moved into position behind or on the side of the car to measure these. This interchangeable probe is attached to this monstrosity that's 80 tons. And the reason this is so massive for this little probe is at maximum velocity of the air, this can only move 1 millimeter. So where are we walking into now?
This is the collector. This is what collects all the air from the test area and funnels it all back into the circuit. Now we're walking into the circuit.
It's a very dark and ominous. This is what you call this turn 1.
Coming up on turn 1, this is the turning vanes here in turn 1.
You guys have to turn around. You have to turn around and get this. This is simply insane. How tall do you think this is? Give people a perspective.
That's probably 30-ish feet.
It got to be 30 feet, and then wide, almost the same, maybe wider.
It's big.
This is unbelievable. So we're filming this right after my tour. Like, we took a tour already with some other journalists, and now we're taking this tour. And I know that what you guys, turn around again, what you guys see here, these all don't go through, right? You can't walk through all of them, can you?
You can walk up through all of these, but not the next ones.
The next ones you can. So we're gonna walk through one of these. I'm gonna pick this one here. And why don't you just walk right through that one there? That'd be awesome. And hello.
They have various acoustic material in them.
Looks like a wingtip.
Absolutely. We're not only treating the acoustics, we're also treating the airflow itself. So the vanes do two things. They turn the air and start to reduce the turbulence and so forth. This is turn 2. On the other side of this is the main fan and the FOD screen.
Oh, I can see turn 2, you can't get through all these.
Yeah. So
That's why if you guys see the yellow. Yeah, tell you where exactly you can walk. This is crazy. This is amazing that they're letting people walk through it. And I know why, because it's extremely impressive. And just so you guys know, this facility wasn't built just for Honda to use on their own cars. This facility eventually can be used for other manufacturers to test their vehicles because it's so advanced. This is the most advanced wind tunnel in the world. And the cool part about it, it's not even fully operational yet. We're getting an inside look on what it's going to be. Okay, the fan. You said the blades are carbon fiber.
Yep.
Tell me a little bit about what powers it, how it's powered, everything.
8 meters in diameter. As you mentioned, carbon fiber blades. The clearance between the blade and the circuit is only 4 millimeters in tip clearance.
So from there to the ground is 4 millimeters.
That's correct.
And they're all carbon fiber.
That's correct. They're hollow carbon fiber.
And you said
Pitch blade.
you did have extras just in case, right?
We have a couple extras.
A couple extras. Okay.
It's powered by a 6,700 horsepower electric motor. At max speed, it spins around 250 RPM.
We're actually going to walk through the fan to the other side. Right?
That's
We
right.
didn't want to, I want to make sure we can do it again. This is totally insane. And it's so quiet. It's almost eerie quiet. Okay. Wow. Mike, this is the motor? Is that what we're walking under?
That's correct. The motor's right there.
If you guys can't tell, so I'm running 2 cameras because I want to hear if we can get the echo or not the echo with this. And I don't know if you guys can pick it up, but the sound completely changed.
Yeah. This is where the acoustic panels end. And here it's just a bare tunnel.
Okay, so what we were walking through before had all the acoustic panels, and now it's just a concrete, and that's why the vibration and everything is totally, the acoustics have totally changed.
Yeah, we're getting reflection off of my voice, off of the concrete walls, whereas in the other part of the tunnel, the acoustic panels are absorbing all the sound.
You have to turn around. You guys have to turn around and look at that. That is completely, I'm looking at this camera because, wow, I was looking at the camera because I thought possibly you were like zoomed in, but you're not zoomed in. It's just that big. It is unbelievable. The fan blows the air into this area.
Yep.
And then it does what?
This is called the settling chamber. Here, the volume that we're passing the air through gets bigger. So when the air comes through the fan, the velocity slows down, and we start to settle out the turbulence in the air. And actually, at max speed, at the end of this small section, even at 310 kilometers an hour, the wind speed here is only about 40 miles an hour. It speeds up from here.
See, I would have never thought that. Not knowing, I would have thought that the speed of the air is fastest when it leaves the fan. That's not the case.
Nope.
It's slowest and it speeds up through there.
It speeds up from this point on.
That is insane. And now this, wait, that's not flat, is it? It's pitched.
That's correct. It's all about airflow. As you can imagine, we're transitioning from a circular section to a rectangular section here.
That's completely insane. And I can hear the echoing and everything again because there's nothing on the walls.
Yep.
And now these, you said this is much like a radiator?
Yeah, this is the heat exchanger. We use this to change the temperature of the air in the tunnel. We can change it between 10 degrees C and 50 degrees C.
So why would you want to change the temperature of the air going by the car?
Cars are made up of aluminum and steel and plastic and rubber that all expand and contract at different rates. So we need to make sure that as all of that stuff happens, the acoustics and we don't have wind noise problems pop up in cold temperatures or hot temperatures and so forth.
One or both of my cameramen have to come up and look at this. Look at that. And so this, does the wall itself get hot?
Yes.
So the wall itself gets hot, changing,
or gets cold.
or gets cold,
On what we're trying to do.
changing the air that's going through it.
That's correct. Wow. There's a mixture of water and glycol that passes through all the tubes.
And on the other side of this wall, we'll turn 3.
Another set of turning vanes.
Okay.
A little bit more elaborate for more straightening and more turbulence removal. And then another short section. And then turn 4, another set of turning vanes. And then honeycomb, which will do the final straightening. And then a series of screens that will, again, do the final conditioning before the air is contracted down to the nozzle where the car is.
All that just to get to the nozzle.
All that just to get the nozzle.
That is completely amazing. Now, wow, okay, so we've talked about the air going through for aerodynamics. Can we go back into that room again and talk about the acoustic part of the air?
Absolutely.
Cool, let's do that now. So we talked about a couple different things this wind tunnel can measure, and one of them is acoustics. And it's acoustics of the wind going around the car, is that correct?
That's correct.
And this is an array of microphones that you call the acoustic array.
That's right.
How does this work? How many do you have? What do you do with them?
There's 502 total microphones with all of the arrays we have here. We can measure the top, both sides, and the front of the car. We can identify not only how much sound is coming from the car, but also where exactly it is coming from.
And we talked about earlier, this would be really good for like accessories, roof racks or spoilers or anything where all of a sudden there's a sound and they don't know where the sound came from.
That's correct. The whole point of these arrays is to quickly give the engineer all the tools he needs to identify where the noise is coming from and how severe it is.
When it comes to acoustic wind noise, there's a camera that I'm speaking into now, and all those microphones around me, and I want to see what it looks like in the control center when I'm speaking. So I'm at a normal voice now. I'm going to raise my voice to a much louder voice to see what it looks like in the control room, and the colors should be changing in my voice right now. And as I bring my voice down, I'm going to bring my voice down to a quiet whisper and see if I can get test from very, very quiet to a little bit louder to a little bit louder to a little bit louder to a loud. How cool is that? Okay. You guys are going to completely flip out when you see this information. If you thought what we've seen so far is cool, just wait. This part impressed me so much. So this is, first, let's start here. This is the crane, right, that brings either the wide belt or the 5 belt in or out based on what you guys need, what kind of car is going on there.
That's correct.
And that's the wide belt.
That's correct. That's the wide belt module. In order to change it out, this wall will open up to the test section where we just were. It would all be stored out of the way. We would take the crane, move it out into the test section, pick up the 5 belt module, bring this trolley into place. We would pick up the 5 belt module, place it on that trolley, and then move that trolley back into that position. Then the crane would be free. We'd take the crane, pick up the wide belt module, move it into the test section, and put it back into place where the 5 belt previously was.
And how long does that take?
It's about a 4-hour process.
Tell me a little bit about this belt. Like first, I guess let's start with what powers it, how thick is the belt, how durable is the belt, things like that.
So the wide belt module is powered by electric motor. That's what spins. The car actually doesn't drive the belt. The module itself has its own power system.
Okay.
That rotates the rolling road. Inside the rolling road, there's various systems to cool the belt, to provide compressed air, to float the belt, to control all of the clearances we need to get the exact precise measurements we need out of the system.
So I wanted to know what it felt like inside the wind tunnel, and while some people laughed, other people said, you want to get harnessed in? And of course you do, so now we're going to go inside the wind tunnel, and I'm going to be in there. How cool is this going to be? I'm all harnessed up. I'm harnessed up to make sure that I don't go too far. In fact, everyone gets harnessed up because sometimes this is open, you don't want to fall in there, you don't want to actually get caught by the wind. What's crazy about this area is right now, it's extremely quiet. All you can hear is the wind coming across the car. But they say that as soon as I come out to this one area right here, still quiet, and now, you can't hear it, but you can obviously see it. I'm being completely blown by the wind. It's 35 miles an hour. It feels like a lot more. And now we're going to take the smoke and we're going to blow the smoke over the car to see how the wind reacts over the smoke. I wish I had hair to show you, but you can see here it's really being blown around.
All the way out to your feathers. Keep going.
I know you say that.
It's fine. It's fine. Just gotta, yep. Now see the noise you're creating?
Yeah. Oh, just with this.
Yep. So if you'll notice here where you're going, see it wrapping around the A-pillar and touching down on the glass?
Yeah.
That's the throb when you roll the window down. Because the air, we made the A-pillar so slick, the air is coming around and trying to slam into that glass, and the glass isn't there.
Got it.
So the worse the throb everybody was complaining about, the more aerodynamic the car. So you'll see the void behind the mirror. If you actually go into there, you'll see it start going in the air curtain and come out on the other side of the tire.
Can I get it like through that?
Yeah, you can get in there. So see it going through the air curtain and out at the tire.
Look at that.
Yep.
That is
A lot of work went into that.
Shout out to Honda and everyone for letting me film it. It is unbelievably incredible, and I'm so excited to see what we're going to be doing in the future in this wind tunnel. This could be a critical part of engineering electric cars, especially when it comes down to wind, resistance, and acoustics. So again, I hope you guys enjoy this walk around, and as always guys, this time from Halo, I'm the HondaPro, and now you're in the know.